Yo, what's up, beautiful people? This is Dol, and I'm talking to you in the car. I just dropped a friend, and I'm really excited to share with you this video. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna drive, I'm gonna look at the road. Sometimes I'm gonna look at you, and I'm gonna share with you what I wanted to share with you. And this is this crazy conversation that we had that I think every person now can watch and get the game plan for the near future in terms of big things that are happening in the world, in terms of what so-called people call like conspiracy theories, and about where just like us humans that are sensitive and are interested in thriving, where this can go for them in terms of financially and thing. And this video really comes from this place that I see like a lot of us are in a trap where like we want to do something that is very sensitive and is connected to our purpose and that what we came here to bring into the world. And the other hand, there's the world. Okay, there's the modern culture with all these traps. And a lot of you probably already know, and whether you explored. So let's touch on that first, the conspiracy theories versus just like real world, like the real world problems that you have. For example, you probably don't want to go and have a 9-to-5 job, or you don't want to like, maybe you want to start your own business around your own idea, but it takes time and it takes money and it takes people to collaborate with you. And it takes all these things that are in the way they set up in modern culture. It's a bit of a struggle to get to, for example, to a place where you can wake up and all day do whatever you love with your idea, with your business. And so that's the day-to-day, ordinary world, modern culture traps that we all are dealing with, right? Unless you already have a sustainable next culture community, you know, that's probably the struggle that we're all in together. And we all, I'm going to say it right off the bat, my purpose is that we all solve this together. Like us, the people that want to solve it, we can take it as our life mission and adventure to figure this out and make it work for us. But for that, we need to look at the traps. We need to look at what's going on in the world. From this conversation with a friend that is amazing, this guy's a genius. We could talk about certain things and invoke some ideas, and this is what I want to share with you. This is the general essence of this video. And let's start with the conspiracy theory thing or versus real world traps. A big thing that I was telling him, so my friend moved because he moved to another place that he can, that he said about the advantages of that is not so developed. So the control, the control of the government and control of all these different organizations over us, which what we saw clearly in COVID. In COVID we saw how all these weird organization, weird forces that are enforced by the government and the police and all of that, suddenly we realize, they have power over us, they can monitor us, they can prevent us from working, they can prevent us from getting out of the house. And this was a shocker for a lot of us. And he said he moved to a place that is less controlled. And so I was like appreciating him from doing that. I was like, dude, you really put your legs where your mouth is and you really moved. And he said, yeah, that place is less controlled. And then we talked about, he said, that's the conspiracy theory. It's not like a conspiracy theory. It's just the fact that we don't have control because, these people, they have decision mechanism over us. And I said that it doesn't matter that maybe there are some people sitting around in like a dark room or something I mean, they're probably not sitting even in a dark room. The room is well lit, and they sit in a suit, and it's, you know, they're fully in their legal world. They, you know, it's fully legal what they're doing. They're allowed to meet. They probably don't even hide it. But anyways, even without these people sitting over there, whatever they're doing and whatever they're crafting, the wars, the, you know, the pandemics, all the a lot of troubles that's going on, we as human already live inside all these traps that are coming from our cultures. So if you get that what do you don't like about the conspiracy theories? What do you don't like about the government? What do you don't like about all these things in the world that don't work for you? And let's say even if it's money or whatever, you don't like it because it's sort of a trap. It's a trap that influences your life, and you're trapped by it, and you need to deal with it. You need to go around it, whatever. But it's, you know, it keeps you like strangled. This is what we don't like about these traps. And what I was saying, and this is the clear point I want you to take from this video, is that these traps are something that we create for ourselves in the cultures that we live. So it's not before COVID you were without traps. You did have all these traps. You were working and doing all these things, and being part of maybe not even a community. Maybe you're just living in a city, and, you know, suffering from all the noise and the violence that are in the people beeping and people building construction next to you, and there's all this noise and all these traps, and maybe God forbids you go into car accidents, or you get a heart attack, or just that lifestyle in modern culture. It's funny how I'm doing this round now. I'm just rounding into the main road. All these traps are just the way we build our societies, the way modern culture is built. And yes, a lot of it is influenced by bigger powers and forces, but even in traditional societies, you know, these traditional societies, it's not what I call ancient societies or ancient cultures. It's really societies that, with time, they were the modern culture of that time, and they just lived on until today. And now some people that are traditional participate in them, but it's still the modern culture of that time lingered on until today. So anyways, in these societies, in these traditional societies, they don't always play the modern culture game. They still have all these traps. Like, you look at Orthodox religious people, whatever religion it is, you know, they have all these traps, all this drama, all this suffering. Like, a lot of these people that I know of have the traps in their life really makes their life horrible, like really makes their life insufferable. You know, for many of us, if we would live that was insufferable for us. And you know, even if you not live in modern culture and you live in poverty, even if you live in some kind of so I gave the example, even if you live in Switzerland and you have your own home somewhere in the city and whatever, like you're all set and you're not in this survival money thing, even these people, like, a lot of their life is such a trap, maybe psychologically, or, you know, a lot of these people are depressed. And I'm not saying, you know, there are everywhere people that are happy and content, you know, some people, you know, whatever, there are, but still there's a lot of traps that they need to deal with, these happy people. They figure out a lot of how to deal with a lot of traps, right? That's why they're happy. But most of the people, even if they live in Netherlands and, you know, and they're not so struggling financially, you know, even them, a lot of them, if you spend some time with them, they're really in a big trap, and they're suffering, and they're like having depressed or whatever psychological, you know, I know about the statistic in the state, in the States that 40% of the people take antidepressant pills. And I mean, what I want to thrive. I want a, culture that I can thrive without the chemicals. I don't need to put anything in my body to be happy, like not weed, not other medicine, and not anything else. And not like antidepressant pills. And I don't want to visit the doctor every week. That's just minimum for me. I want to thrive. Like, I want to every day wake up excited and do what I love and all of that. And I've been around in the world. I don't know how many years I've already traveled, probably like 20, but officially I was a nomad in the last 5 years, and I've seen a lot. I've been in a lot of places. I've seen working with children and working with adults, and really even working with people that are therapists and are working in the clinical realms. And a lot of people are struggling, so there's a lot of traps everywhere. Even not, I was also working as a financial consultant for a while, so like even people that were millionaires that we're working with that had a really horrible life, like they got divorced, got taken half of their stuff, children away, like depressed, they cannot see their children, like all that stuff, like so many traps. And what I'm saying is that the culture that you live in, that's what created all the traps. And that's what makes you struggle and spend all your energy in figuring out these traps. And sometimes, the average person cannot juggle and pirate. I call it pirating, like, navigating your ship around the storms, around the waves, like to not get smashed. The average person, getting fucked literally from all of that. So what can we do? Like, you don't need a conspiracy theory to get it. Like, you're just, that's really life. And what I'm saying, basically, that's my big takeaway from this video, and I'm gonna wrap it up with that, is that the big traps are in your mind. And the big traps are in the way you relate to your feelings. Because a lot of these things are triggering you emotionally, and then if you don't have a system for that, you don't have emotional healing processes, you don't have a team, you cannot really like handle like all of that. You cannot really like emotionally deal with all these things. So you bury a lot of emotions, and then you suppress a lot of feelings, and then it comes out sideways, and you're like burst or explode or ruin a relationship, or you just limit your life because you don't want to. You cannot go out, you cannot deal with the emotional stuff that you have at work, so you don't go out, and then you don't have enough friends. Like, it's all of that. So emotionally, mentally, you need to first get out of the trap and the trap comes from the culture. So how do you emotionally and intellectually and also physically really get out of the trap? You first change the culture. You change the culture that you're in, or the culture that you carry within yourself. And this is why Thrive culture, the culture that we work with in the groups of people that I work with in the trainings, we just call it Thrive culture for now. It's called Next culture, whatever, it doesn't matter. In that culture, feelings and emotions are something we have a totally different relationship with, and that's what our trainings is about, like connecting to your feelings, connecting to yourself in a more authentic way. And this is why this culture have different way of thinking about stuff. We call it thoughtware, like software, thoughtware. And so you change the culture of how you think and how you feel about things, and also physically, energetically. There's like 5 bodies work, and you can read more about it later or see more videos. But you change your culture, and then you can start changing the culture. You know, you can do it simultaneously, actually, like move a country, whatever, like change your location also physically, whatever, or find financial solutions. At the same time, you can start working on it, but it's like, it's about really first solving that, like solving because that's a big thing, solving that cultural psyche problem that you have, and then you can, all the changes that are about, like just getting financial freedom, get into a physical place that you like, get in a circle of people that are sustainable for you, maybe getting a partner for joining you along the road. Like all these things are going to be much easier, and this is what I want you to take from this video. I was driving, sorry for not looking at you this whole time. I really needed to share that with you. Much of the conversation that I had with my friend. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think or feel about what I shared. This is important. This is we can have an ongoing discussion about this and open more doors. I know I didn't say anything. Don't take it as the truth or whatever that is. These are some distinctions and ideas that I found in my research, but definitely there's more to research. And keep going on your path. Please like, subscribe, something to share this video. And thank you. See you next time.